Hello, hello. Hi,
Hello.
everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
Welcome to another episode of
Online
Online
business
Business
question
Questions
of
of
the
the
week.
Week. Once a week, we give you content about the online business. Most of the time, we use our page to encourage and inspire you. So, this is about the online business. So, if this is the first time you're tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from.
Yes, we always love to know how global we are in this community. So we are from Alberta, Canada, Calgary, and right now we're tuning in late. Um, we it's day 34 of our 90 days go live challenge. Today was a busy day because we went to a baptism of our friend, and then we had some coffee date with his siblings, with our nieces and our son, and then dinner. We had dinner with our
Church
friend in
friend.
church, and their family. So yeah, we just came home maybe a couple of minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, setting in. And before we go to sleep, we want to share with you
Give
this.
you some value.
Yes.
And typically, when we do an online business question, we phrase it in a question. What's the question today, or a statement?
Um, here you go. Why do most people fail to master a skill? They don't realize they need to go through these three
There's
phases.
actually three phases when you learn any new skill,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about online business. When you go from where you are, when we bring you in, you enroll in a program, right? You're coming from where you are in your career,
Mm-hmm.
and you're becoming an online business owner, right? It's a new skill, lots of new skills, right? Because when you were, going to school in high school, and you decided to pursue a career, that's a new skill all in all, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the reason why people fail is because they fail to realize, they're unaware that there are three phases. If you're watching this live replay, drop the number three. There's three phases you go through anything:
Mm-hmm.
learning a new language, learning to do go lives like this, right? Learning to drive, right? There's three phases. And if you know that you're going to go through those three phases, then you embrace the word embrace. Strap the word embrace, because that's the key here.
Yes.
So phase number one is when you do anything new, you're gonna go to this phase.
Yeah. So the first phase is awkward phase, and this is the phase, where everybody starts in anything, right? When you're driving, when you get your driver's license, you're awkward. You don't know how to ride your car. You're scared in the highway, right?
Yeah. So you're very awkward. How many of you have driven, especially maybe a
A
standard, like a
standard,
stick,
yeah.
right? You're awkward. You don't know how to do the clutch. You don't know how to, change the gear, and you
Parallel parking.
parallel parking, and when you like, even like the signs, yielding, stopping, right? You merge into the highway, you almost kill yourself, you're so afraid, right? Because you're awkward, you don't
Hmm.
know uh what you're doing. It's a new skill. But after the awkward phase, if you do it long enough, you go to kind of the mechanical phase.
Hmm.
Mechanically, you kind of know what you are doing, right? You kind of know how to move the clutch. You kind of
You're
know,
kind of comfortable.
comfortable. You know that, when you're going, through a stop sign, you brake ahead of time, and then you clutch. You clutch and then the brake, right? And then when you yield, you kind of know, right? Mechanical, you kind of understand. But the more you do it, right? Eventually, it becomes the third phase is natural phase, right?
Hmm.
A year before, remember the first time you were driving, you almost sweating, you almost kill yourself, right? And you're like, oh my God, I don't think I'm gonna survive, right? But the more repetition, right? A year later, you're driving, you're on the phone, you're doing makeup, right? You're drinking coffee, right? Because it's natural to you,
Hmm.
right? But here's the problem: we don't apply this in other skills
Yeah.
that we do. A lot of people stop in awkward phase. Doing videos like this, right? We often teach our mentees that doing video, it's a new skill in your online business,
Yeah.
but it's an essential skill, right? Of course, it's going to be awkward in the beginning, just like driving, because you don't know what you're doing, right? You press the go live button, you're sweating. Should I press it? Should I not press it? What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? Right? You like practice over and over, and then when you press it, you like nothing comes out, right? That's awkward, right? And then you get to mechanical, you.
Yeah, I remember my awkward face in the beginning
Mhm.
during the first time I we did go live. Actually, at that time it was videos because there's no go lives yet. We started our doing videos, I think 2014, right?
Mhm.
And like Dave would actually just turn it on, and I would get mad at him because I'm not
There'll be
ready, right?
fights before the go live.
Yeah, like because I would, my thought process was I want to put it in like a bullet points. I want to even write what I want to say, right? And I want to do like, I want to do my makeup. I want to, make sure I look good. You know what I mean? But then, the more we do it, like I remember he will say something, and then I will just say, yeah, yes, yes, I will keep nodding. And because I don't know what to say, or I was scared to say something, right? But the more we do it, the more we became mechanical, right? Meaning to say, I kind of know what
Less
to say,
fights in
less
the beginning,
fights.
and
And
he's there. Okay, let's just turn it on, right? And but you are kind of comfortable, but not so comfortable,
mhm,
right? But the more you do it, and with time,
mhm.
right? That's when you become natural. And a lot of people ask us, "Oh, you guys are so natural on the screen. You kind of know what you say." It's because we went through this three
Yeah.
phases. This is the only way you can become a master in any skill, right?
Yeah, like I remember once I became more comfortable, I became, I don't care. Like there are videos here that, as you can see, like no makeup,
Yeah, before it's like the makeup, my eyes, everything, and then you realize people don't really care, right?
yeah, people don't care about it. And
They just care what.
now, like as long as we know what to say, we know the topic, we don't talk much about the points. Like we will just say awkward face, mechanical face, natural face, and we know the story in our mind. Sometimes we talk about it, but sometimes we don't, and it just flows naturally, not because we're good, but because we've been doing it a lot of times already. And it's the same with speaking, right? When we were invited to a speaking events, in the beginning, I would have that panic attack the day before, or like, when we practice, I have this anxiety. But now I'm more relaxed. I'm more like, I realize it's not about me, it's about the people. Like, as long as you know the materials, we practice it, and then it flows better, right? So all of us will go through that, because a lot of our mentees or other people that will talk to us, oh, it scares me to do videos, it scares me to do advertising, it scares me to post and all that. And you know what, it's natural, it's normal to feel that way, to be in that awkward phase, especially if you don't know yet, if it's brand new skills. It's the same with when you're new in your job, everything is new for you, you don't know what's going on, right? But we had to go through that phase.
And it's, we're talking about like speaking right now.
Hmm.
This goes way back when I was new to Canada in 1996, right? Coming from the Philippines, we understand English, but we don't. This is not our
Yeah.
first language, right? I remember in junior high for 6 months, I did not say a word, right? People thought I was mute, right? They didn't say, because I was so afraid. I could understand them, but I was so afraid to say something. I remember just going to the washroom. I would nudge my brother before, like, "Oh, you ask them in our language," because we're afraid to speak because of our grammar and all this kind of stuff,
Hmm.
right? But I had to survive in Canada, so I had to learn to speak it, or else I would not be able to eat, go to the washroom,
Yeah.
right? And through repetition and through time and through immersion, right? I learned. Now I speak to you guys. It's just natural to me to speak English because I went through the three phases. But here's how you collapse the skill set. We already said this. The only way to collapse learning a skill is
Hmm.
only two things: repetition and time.
Mm.
Repetition and time. Right? If you repeat the skill over and over, and you collapse the time over and over and over, you will learn the skill more than the other person. A lot of people in the online business, right? They will start a new skill of advertising, right? but they stop in the awkward phase. Some are kind of mechanical. They tell me, "Oh, we've been doing this for a year and a half, 2 years and a half, 2 years," but they stop in the mechanical phase.
Mhm.
A lot of people stop in the awkward phase,
Yeah.
but in the mechanical phase where they kind of know what they're doing, they kind of generating leads, they stop,
Mm.
right? I challenge you and I urge you to continue until it becomes easy, natural. You know exactly, you could smell, you could see what a winning ad looks like. And when you see your back office, you know exactly right away that what you launch is a winning ad. Why? Through launching of campaigns, tweaking, adding, through repetition
Mhm.
over and over and over and over. That is the only way to learn a new skill, right?
Yes.
I'm fired up because a lot of people, and I'm just talking about the advertising skill, but what about the skill of business, right?
Mm.
Being in business, right? That's like a whole new world from becoming an employee, right? You're an employee, you have so many different skill sets and environments, right? When
Yeah.
you move to as an entrepreneur, it's completely different. You're going to go through awkward, mechanical, and then natural as an entrepreneur. That's why a lot of people, when they transition sometimes to become full time, they end up going back to their jobs because they're so awkward, so mechanical, and it's just not like they're not used to, like, as a 1530, that's how they
Oh
get paid all
yeah.
the time, right? Here in the business world, you gotta produce. You gotta be naturally producing as an entrepreneur, right? You don't just sit and wait for your paycheck, right, on the 15 and 30 if you cannot go through the awkward mechanical and the natural phase of business, right? It's hard to become a full-time entrepreneur because it's just different environment. So repetition, and time
Time.
and immersion is that's another key word. You got to be immersed in the environment of speaking the language all the time, immersed in the place where lots of people are launching ads, immersed in an environment where there are a lot of entrepreneurs that you can see that's also winning, right? That are doing it full time.
I think
That
it
is the key.
applies to, like, for example, like posting, right? Posting
Yeah.
effectively. A lot of us are not, in the beginning, are not used to posting pictures, posting videos, right? And like it's really awkward, like to share your life, to share
Mm.
your your like a lot of, like, some people will, like, in the beginning, some of our mentees or leads or prospects will ask us, oh, I'm a private person, right? I don't want to share my life to everybody, right? And I usually say that, you know what, that's normal, right? And because, in anything that you do, it comes with, with learning new skills, right? There's like, of course, we don't share everything in social media, and you can do that too, right? But it is an awkward phase, but you have to embrace it. Like, if you're gonna do
That's another
online
word,
business,
embrace. Yeah.
embrace it, right? If you're gonna do, like, for example, the online business, of course you have to be in social media, right? But it takes repetition, it takes, like, how to post and all that. I think we are a natural face in posting, but to be honest, in doing reels, doing IG, those short videos,
Yeah.
we're not natural at that. We tried doing the reels, we tried to do short videos, right? Like, that 10 seconds, 30 seconds. We're actually probably in mechanical phase.
Awkward mechanical kind of thing.
Awkward mechanical, we're
Because
not really
yeah,
natural.
it takes about 21 days, 30, and then 66 days of
Yeah.
repetition, right? So right now we're over 30 days of go lives, but this
uh,
is not just our first 30 days. We've done this for years. That's why
yeah,
we're natural at speaking. But the short video content, we tried it. I don't know if we've done even 30 days. I'm not sure if
I
we
think
did
we did 30 something, but
30
not
something
like.
days, but it was so awkward. Kind of got a little bit mechanical, Roxanne, but we did not get into the natural phase.
We know some people that are very good in reels, so they've mastered it,
Yeah,
right? so
lots of free leads, which is amazing.
so so you have to really, like, ask yourself where you are right now, right? And say, okay, I'm awkward at this, right? And realize and recognize that, you know what, this is okay, this is normal to be awkward, but I have to push through. i
Through
have to
repetition
i
and
have
time.
to keep going,
Yeah.
keep, keep keep getting better, right? Because you'll like I look at my old videos like 10 years ago, and I would say that I was like looking at my old self, that she's shy. I'm a shy person looking at that video,
The
not co-
voice, the tone of voice is
not
really low.
confident, not don't have a lot of conviction, right? But of course willing to share, right? So but over time you've grown to this different person. So you really have to, if you're ready to master a skill, be prepared to go through that stage, through those phases, and
Embrace it.
embrace it and commit to becoming, to come to a natural phase
That's right. I
if
love
you
that
want to
word,
master
commit.
that. Yeah.
All right. I hope we give you value. This is late night nuggets, heavy nuggets for you. So if you're mastering a skill, just be
Yeah.
aware and
Be committed to go through.
aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, be aware, embrace it, and then be committed to
Mm-hmm.
go to the natural place. I love that. First, you need to be aware,
Mm-hmm.
and then okay, I know that this we gotta go through this, and then you gotta embrace wherever you're at. But number three, I love her. I love Roxanne's. The last word is be committed
Yeah.
to go to the natural phase because that's where mastery is, right? So
Mm.
I hope we give you value.
Hello,
We're
hello.
gonna drop
Just
that nuggets.
hi, Zapra, watching from California. We have a lot. We have a lot from New Zealand. We have
Maybe the
Cheryl.
time there. Maybe what
Yeah.
time is it
What
there?
time is there? Cheryl, thank you. Bo or Bao and
Yeah.
Dave Williams. From Auckland, New Zealand. We have Riza May from New Zealand watching your video, especially I'm in the kitchen. Awesome. Thank you. Watching live from Vancouver, Evangeline from Los Angeles, Nazmon, Teresa from New Zealand. Wow.
Oh,
Karen
amazing.
from Chicago, Elette from Georgia, Pamela, thank you, thank you. We have Simon from Oshawa, Ontario. Oh, that's really late there, Simon.
Simone.
Pamela, hello, hello.
All right.
Um,
Thanks for tuning in at 5:50 p.m. Wow. Okay. In New Zealand, it's
Loida, thank you. Watching from Hawaii. Yes, I'm on those process, Loida. Awesome. You guys are my inspiration. Thank you, thank you. Teresa, 6 p.m. Sunday. Oh wow, that's like what is it? Like how many hours there? Northern California, Maria. Thank you, Carmela. About 5:50 p.m.
Mhm.
Sunday. Wow. Ireland, Dinah or Dina. Awesome. M from North Carolina.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for
Thank you,
tuning
thank
in. Late
you.
here, but early and afternoon for you
Yeah, it's
guys.
10:50 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday
6
here.
p.m. New Zealand. Awesome Sunday.
Wow,
That's awesome.
amazing, amazing.
Thank you guys for
Thank you,
tuning in. I hope
everyone.
that helped you. If you know of anyone else that you think is quitting because they are not going through these three phases, then share this. This might help them. So thanks for tuning in. Have an incredible day. That is another episode of Online
Online
Business
business question
Questions
of
of the
the
Week.
week.
God
God
bless
bless
everybody.
you. Bye.